Hi, Dave here. Uh, Thought maybe I'd share my very first, uh, when my schizophrenia very first occurred, uh, what my experience was. Um, it it was okay. I'll give you a little bit of background. I was working in. Uh, Sorry, I'm preoccupied here. I had been working in the Phoenix, the local independent, low budget film industry with some success. I had taken some film classes at Scottsdale Community College. This is back when Scottsdale Community College was actually a feeder for USC and UCLA film programs. Um, some people a person at least, at that time when I was taking these classes would have been in the mid to late 90s, had actually won an Oscar for one of his films. I myself won a couple awards for an 8 millimeter film that I made. so, and I it led to a volunteer job on a independent film being filmed in Phoenix. And I learned a lot about lighting and grip work. And the film was called Forever Midnight. And then I got a paying job working as a grip, and it changed to a camera assistant for a film called uh, the Town That Outlawed Christmas. It's actually it's kind of a good movie, really, for low budget. It's a cult. I could see it being a cult movie, and I actually have a cameo. I'm on film in that movie. But anyway, I was having some success in the film industry. I had just met my future wife, and things were just going great. Things were looking up for old Dave, and um, I remember one night, just after the film had been done, I had a bunch of student films lined up and some other films uh, that had been offered, had shown some interest in having me on the crew. And I remember sitting at home with my mother, and I lived with my mother at the time in Mesa, Arizona. And we were eating some kind of celebratory meal, and it was a nice meal, steak and everything. And I remember all of a sudden it dawned on me that the steak had been poisoned. Yeah, I didn't say anything. I just went into the bathroom and put my thin finger down my throat and got rid of all the steak I had eaten, and I didn't eat any more. And from there on, it was exponential. It was any door, any cabinet, any opening like that was a portal that they could come through, and any eye that you can imagine is an eye that they can see through. I was actually using an ink pen and marking out the eyes on the little camels on my camel cigarette butts because I didn't want them seeing me. At one point, I spent about, if I remember right, it was close to about 28 hours in prayer, just privately, in order to stay awake and to keep focusing on the prayers, asking for help. Uh, I would actually type the words out in my mind so I could stay focused on it. I did that, and um, bless my mother, she thought it was real also because she was a one of the uh, Christian warriors and doing warfare against the Satan. And this was obviously Satan, because I thought immediately that the witches and devils and demons were after me, and they were going to harm me severely. And she thought it was real too, because why would I just make something like that up? So we did some traveling to try and escape it. I remember being in the car through while we're driving. I had her drive all over town to try and shake them. And meanwhile, she doesn't really know what's going on in my head. And I can see, like, for instance, there was a vehicle in front of us. I think it was a Jeep, had a chrome spare wheel cover on the back of it. So our headlights were reflected in it. And I was seeing all kinds of shit in the reflections. And all it was the messages. It was all telling me when they were going to get me. And the voices, the auditory hallucinations that I had, I always had thought that I'd been hypnotized over the phone, because there'd be no one else in the room. So where else would a voice come from in my head? Yeah, I had to have been on a phone, right? I didn't know it was schizophrenia. And it was the same thing. And I'd always say, "What's going on?" And the voices would say, "What do you think is going on?" I said, "I don't think this is good. What is this? What is it going to do to me?" "What do you think it's going to do to you?" "I don't know, but it's not good, right?" "Is that what you think?" And that's how you just can't win, right? So that's the nature of when my schizophrenia very first hit me. It was virtually overnight. Um, oh, and I should say that I was with someone, and we had gone to the art museum. I don't know, maybe not too long before all this happened. And it was during they had a Day of the Dead type displays going on, and they had the little uh, rooms, the little houses, and the people, that had passed away. And there was one. Sorry. There was one for a child. And, sorry about that. Let me change my mind here. And I think that had a lot to do with the emotional, what set me over the edge. I'm not sure. But anyway, it was a very, very difficult time. Very difficult. Uh, I would sleep with a gun in my hand, because I knew there at any time they were bursting through the door. Um, there were shadows from the blinds that would shine on the wall, and it looked like three crosses. And so they kept telling me that once the shadow moves to a certain point on these crosses, that's when they were coming. They also told me that they were coming on the birthday. And so I would say, "Well, what birthday? What do you think?" "I don't know what birthday." And the voices would say, "Every day is someone's birthday." Things like that. The auditory hallucinations would more often would be the voices of the people I care about the most. It would start out being very positive and a nurturing type situation, quickly turning to, I mean, can you imagine sitting in a room with everyone you love, and they're all telling you how much they hate you, how much they all want you to die this horrible death and whatnot, and they mean it. These voices mean it. They're not faking. So that's kind of like the start of schizophrenia for me. Um, the trenches, like I said, I knew they were coming for me. They told me they were. Day in, day out, uh, I couldn't. I was living pretty much minute to minute. I'm not kidding in my thoughts. Um, the suicide attempt actually came once the depression hit me, which was maybe 6 months after I'd been taking medication for the uh, schizophrenia. And I was fortunate. No, it wasn't even that long because I was still in Mesa. Um, Fortunately, I somehow I dialed 911. I don't remember it. I don't remember anything really except that um, at that time I remember I was laying on a table and there was one of these crustacean people had a rod of some sort, a bar of something, and he was passing it over my body, and the voice said, "You have a choice. You can either go back or you can stay here." And the bar, something really hurt. It hurt bad, so I said, "I want to go back." And I don't know, to this day I am not sure of the details. No one told me at the time. Um, but I remember the memories, little fleeting memories of waking up in the hospital, and I think they had given me they did something to my chest. I mean, it fucking hurt. And I remember the woman, they were doing something to my chest, rubbing it with something, and they had me sitting up, and they kept saying, "Come back to us, David. Come back to us, David." And I remember it hurt so bad that when I woke up all the way, I called the doctor a bunch of bad words. Ooh, I was cussing her out. I said, "You hurt me, you what?" Because it hurt bad, whatever it was they did to me. But but it brought me back, whatever. Um, so it was. I may jack around with schizophrenia now. Remember, I've endured it for 25 years now, but that was the beginning. I didn't know it was schizophrenia. I didn't know what it was. I thought it was real. Why wouldn't it be? It was real to me out of the blue. If that may be the way it is for many people that develop schizophrenia, it's um, boy, it's a hard thing to do. It sure is. Without ending your life, I tried, and but my voices also later on told me, take your medication and stay alive. So I hold on to that. I've stayed alive and I take my medication. So my episode actually saved me also. Uh, but I feel secure in my beliefs now, and what I believe in and what I think and what will happen to me once I die. That I'm I'm actually not afraid of death. 25 years ago, I knew I was going to be killed. For about 6 months, I was waiting for it to happen every single minute of every day. So death doesn't frighten me. I sure don't want it to go hard, but I'm not afraid of it. And uh, uh, it's all due to schizophrenia. uh, I've prepared a long time ago to die. So anyway, I'm glad I survived this long, and I'm glad that I'm able to make these videos. They're doing something for my confidence, I think. So thank you for the suggestions. All right, and I don't want to run too long. I'm not really talking about anything I'm not dissociating or anything. All right. Hopefully, I'll post another video. All right. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.